All right, if you're watching this, then you were probably struggling with the dimensional analysis quiz. And so I thought I would give a quick example and tutorial on how to convert these units. Okay, so converting units can be simple. We just got to understand that anything divided by itself is one, right? So if we have, 5 divided by 5, it's 1. 6 divided by 6, it's 1. And so if we have 1 foot divided by 1 foot, our total answer is just 1. We might say that the feet cancel out and 1 cancels with 1, and we're just left with 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. So our example here, convert 25 miles per hour into feet per second. So I'm going to start with the units that are given. 25 miles per hour. Per is like the word that we use to indicate division, right? A rate. So 25 miles for every 1 hour. All right. And I'm going to finish this with what we want, the units we want, which is feet per second. And so I just set them up like this. Okay, and so how do I get from here to here? That's the question. All right, well, we're going to convert using these measurements here, right? These definitions, right? 60 seconds is 1 minute, 60 minutes is 1 hour, 5,280 feet is 1 mile. So we use these definitions and we set it up like this. Now, if there's a tricky part, it's this. I want to get from miles into feet. So my first fraction here, I'm going to multiply, and I want to make sure that miles goes on the bottom and feet goes on the top. And I'll put units in here in just a second. But right now, notice what happens if I multiply here. If I multiply, I'll end up with miles on the top and miles on the bottom, which if you think about it, mile divided by a mile is just 1, right? They cancel each other out here. Okay, which leaves me with what I want, feet on the top. Okay, so now let's go back and let's put some numbers in here. So how many feet is equal to 1 mile? We've got 5,280, and that is equal to 1 mile. Okay, so there's our first conversion. Okay, our second conversion, we need hours out and we want seconds instead. And so I'm going to put hours on the top and seconds on the bottom. Why do I do that? Well, if we look at our units, we have hours on the bottom canceling with hours on the top. That's what we want. And that's going to leave us with seconds on the bottom. That's what we wanted. Okay, so let's put some numbers in here. Hours per second. Oh, wait a second. Hours per second. We don't have a conversion for hours per second. So what we can do is we do have hours per minute. Okay, so hours is still going to cancel, but now I have minutes instead of seconds. So I need another fraction here that's going to convert from minutes into seconds. So we bring that in here as well. Okay, and what will happen here is minutes on the bottom will cancel with minutes on the top, and ultimately leave me with what I wanted, which is feet. That's the only thing that didn't cancel, and the seconds, which is the only other thing that didn't cancel. On the top and on the bottom, we wanted feet per second. So everything else, you just fill in with the numbers. So hours, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. And right here, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay. All right. Let's get some of these out of here. And we do our multiplication. 25 times 5280 on the top. And on the bottom, we have 60 times 60. And that's going to give us feet per second. And we can multiply that out to get our final answer.